Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, everyone.
Morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, everyone.
If you are all ready, we can start this new webinar. Welcome, everybody. I'm Matteo. We are working for the French association Centre-Ville en Mouvement. We created this observatory in February in the European Parliament. As you all know, each observatory webinar, it's divided into 5 thematics. This thematic is culture and animation. And we have the chance to have 2 European cities who are president of this observatory. So the city of Coimbra in Portugal and the city of Tours, which are going to speak in a moment. Here is my colleague Ines, which is our intern who is helping us in the European Observatory, and our director Pierre Creuset.
Peut-être montrer le sous-titrage.
So for information, this webinar will be entirely in English. So I'm going to do a little explanation on how non-English speakers will have the possibility to translate the language. I'm going to do this first in French. I'm going to share my screen in a moment, and I'm going to explain to you how you can install your subtitles in your screen. Donc, comme je le disais en anglais, cet observatoire va être en anglais. Pour les personnes qui ne parlent pas anglais et qui souhaitent la traduction automatique, l'outil de Microsoft vous permet d'avoir une traduction simultanée. Je vais vous expliquer tout de suite comment on fait. Donc c'est très simple, il faut aller dans les 3 petits points que vous voyez en haut de votre écran. Il faut cliquer dans langue et voix, dans autre, langue et voix, et vous allez activer les sous-titres. Ensuite, il y a une petite fenêtre en dessous de votre écran qui va apparaître. Il faut cliquer sur les réglages. Ensuite, vous allez cliquer sur langue des sous-titres et vous allez changer votre langue des sous-titres pour que ça soit toujours le français. À noter qu'il ne faut pas changer la langue parlée. La langue parlée, si vous changez la langue parlée dans votre écran, la langue parlée sera changée pour tout le monde. Donc, s'il vous plaît, ne touchez pas à ce bouton-là et juste touchez à la langue des sous-titres. For those who want the explanation in English, first of all, you have to choose the language by clicking in the top of the screen. You go to language and voices and you activate the subtitles, and then you have a little window that will pop up on the bottom of the screen. Then you go to the settings and you have to only click the subtitle language, which in this case you can choose the language. It can be English, French, whatever language is available. Please do not change the spoken language, as it will change the spoken language for everybody. So please only change the subtitle language if you want to change the language. As I was saying, the webinar will be in English.
Je vais devoir suivre ça, mais par contre, on maintient la réunion après-midi. Voir si
microphone on.
Okay. Can I just say something?
Yes.
Here the translation is very bad. We have the subtitle language is English and the spoken language is English, and the translation is so poor that I understand just a little bit of French, but this is what is translating. It's not English and it's not French. So this is not okay.
Okay. Your your spoken language is English.
Now, okay, so now somebody changed it to French. Okay.
Yeah,
now
of
it's
course.
Okay.
Now it's
Again, I have it English.
Yeah, so that was what I was saying before. The spoken language has to be always the spoken language, which is quite logic, but the spoken language which is indicated in the screen should be always. So don't worry, every time this language is switching, we will change the.
Okay, you will be changing. Okay, but now it's English, and the translation is horrible when somebody speaks in French. Okay.
Exactly. So yeah, thank you for this remark, because it's very important to know that. So we're gonna start the webinar. Today we are having as a theme, how can culture become a strategic lever to make city centers more attractive? And we will have different speakers from around Europe. First of all, we will have our co-president Joana Gouveia and Miguel Fonseca from Coimbra in Portugal, our dear co-presidents. Then Mr. Mayor of Tuj in Slovenia, Nuska Gajek. Then we will have Stefan Segreto Aguila from the director of Relais Culture Europe, which is an organization founded by Europe Creative. Then we will have a representative from El Surazet in Luxembourg, which was European Capital of Culture in 2022. And last but not least, we will have Claudia from the city of Rzeszów in Poland. If there is no more questions, I will let the floor to the city of Coimbra.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Here from Coimbra. Good morning, everyone, all over Europe. It's a really pleasure to be here with all of you. I'm here with my colleagues. In some minutes, I will be able to share our room, which is full of interesting people, not only me. I have the councillor of Coimbra, which represents the municipality, and the mayor of Coimbra in this European Observatory, and other colleagues, my colleague from Rafael Nascimento, head of unit of the cultural department here in Coimbra, and also Blue House, who is working with us, is a precious partner in our strategy to the downtown area here in Coimbra. So regarding international affairs, and I would just address our host, Centre-Ville en Mouvement, which is a very important association that has allowed us to reflect on these important issues to every cities around Europe. And we are we are keen to learn with all of you, since we have a very challenging strategy here in Coimbra, which allowed us to have a deep commitment with our community, and also having now results that we would like to share with you. So we have a challenging situation, a very interesting strategy to work on, and now fortunately we have also results to share with you, and that's why this room here in Coimbra is full of people that are, indeed implementing this strategy here in Coimbra. So just to tell you that also from the point of view of Coimbra, the cooperation in terms of European and international affairs is essential, as we are a very open city, very open to this process of common learning, sharing experiences. So for us, it is really a pleasure and an honor to be here hosting with PTUJ, this European Observatory on City Centers. So without further ado, because you all want to listen, our councillor of Coimbra, Miguel Fonseca, who is the responsible here in Coimbra for the politically to implement this strategy, and then we will give also the floor to our head of unit here in culture and our colleagues from Blue House partners who are supporting our work in the downtown area of our city.
Dynamic And let me start to greet all the participants, especially the mayor of Tuj, and you all. A special greeting also to Centre-Ville Movement, and to involve us in this reflection so important for our cities in Europe. It's a great pleasure to us to coordinate this European Observatory along with the municipality of Tui. And so in this second meeting of our observatory, we want to share with you and also to discuss the strategy we are developing in order to revigorate the city center, attracting visitors and citizens, and fostering the community. And as I told you in our last meeting, in which we prepare this second session of the observatory, we want to share with you the experience we developed this summer in downtown, that is known Verão a Dois Tempos Epicentro, and for that we have with us Rafael Nascimento, that is the head of culture of our cultural division in our municipality, and also Blue House, that are the partners for the implementation of this strategy that we want to share with you, because although the challenges they faced, we are in conditions to say that the results that we achieved there are at the moment very important, and we are in conditions to upgrade this process. So in this meeting, we will also have the participation of our twin sister city of Esch-sur-Alzette from Luxembourg, that will also share with us their experience, taking in consideration that they were European Capital of Culture in 2022, and so they are at the high level in this topic. So I don't know if Mrs. Nurska of TUI wants to say something, or if we can go through the presentation of our strategy Verão a Dois Tempos Epicentro.
Oh, are you waiting for me? No, I thought that you will be finishing your part and then we will be starting with ours. Okay.
Okay. So let's detail our strategy. I will pass to Rafael Nascimento.
Thank you very much. Good morning. I have the pleasure of leading the cultural division of the municipality of Coimbra, and through this role, I coordinate, plan, and propose cultural projects for the downtown area of Coimbra, usually known as the city center. We believe that culture and arts can play a significant role in revitalizing the city downtown area, particularly by promoting this part of the city and increasing its public visibility. This type of interventions can attract audiences and visitors, positively impacting the local economy. However, I would like to emphasize that there are challenges in the downtown area of Coimbra that cannot be entirely resolved through culture alone, especially regarding housing, building renovations, accessibility, and other related issues. The municipality of Coimbra organizes various cultural projects in the historic center, including 2 monthly artisan fairs, a monthly flea market, the Coimbra Book Fair, the Medieval Fair, and the seasonal programming for the Christmas period. Today, I specifically want to highlight the role of the cultural program Verão a Dois Tempos Epicentro, which intervenes in the downtown area throughout the summer. The municipality of Coimbra looked for a project that promotes artistic creation, mediation, and encourages thoughtful engagement. What does this mean? we are not interested in transforming the downtown area of Coimbra in a merely venue for performances, only to see other issues arise once the cultural events are over. We want the area to be influenced by creative agents, to have artists living and creating there for a certain period, engaging with both the local and the national, international artistic communities. We aim to develop workshops for the children and other audiences with the clear goal of promoting artistic education and knowledge of the downtown of Coimbra, as well as creating spaces for public discussion on these topics within the programming. These are the central themes for the cultural program Verão dos Tempos Epicentro, which João Silva can elaborate on, and these are the methodologies we pursue for our activities in the historic center of the city, as we believe this is the path to a cultural sustainability. Thank you.
Maybe if we can maybe move to in the meantime we find the solution. Maybe we can move on to the mayor of Tours. So okay, we have it. Okay.
Here it is.
Okay, there you go.
Are you listening?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning. Thank you for the invitation to be here to talk about the project that was the pleasure that we worked with the council during this summer in Verão dos Tempos Epicentro. Rafael Machina already talked about the idea of the project, the idea of being in downtown of Coimbra. Here is some numbers of this event. It was 3 months working in downtown of Coimbra, working with children during 11 weeks, working with artists in residencies, and working with cultural associations and partners, cultural partners in the coordination of Verão dos Tempos Epicentro during. Okay. These are some pictures of all the events during the Epicentro Verão dos Tempos. We have almost 1,000 artists during these 3 months in Coimbra. 200 of them were in residencies. The totally were just. Sorry. So the programmation, the idea was using the structures in the downtown of Coimbra. Mainly the presentations were in the public areas, so for free entrances with all audience that can assist, and the residencies and the partners were partners in the downtown of Coimbra, theaters, museums, commercial partners that work and know this area, this territory of the downtown of Coimbra. The work with the children's, the workshops with the children's, we have 11 weeks, so 11 workshops, and Depois se volta. Isto não é excelente. Eu vou voltar à apresentação.
Onde é que está? Cá, aqui não consegues ver?
Okay. Sorry. Technical problems. Okay. So this was a big co-organization. We, like I told before, we with the city council, we work with many of the structures that work in this territory. Many of them are cultural agents and programations like theaters or associations. Others work with in the territory with the social parts or with the commercial parts. It was 3 months. We started in 1st of June and ended in the 1st of September. With in the downtown of the city, and trying to transform the territory. We have this part of Epicentro that was more with the creation, with the artists, bringing artists to the city and creates new artist objects, and the part of Verão dos Tempos that was already a programmation of the city. We try to mix the artistic, the cultural associations that are that we have in the city, and bring artists from outside to work with them. And two of these cases are Cor das Mulheres da Fábrica, that was a single choir that we have, and invites an artist that it was Garotanão, or another choir that's starting in downtown, and work with a bandura that is a work. So we have artistic creations, activation, programming moments, talks and workshops, and there are some numbers that I already mentioned. Was 650 musicians and artists, more all the groups of the choirs and the popular groups. It was almost more than 120 activities, almost 50 days with the activities in the downtown of Coimbra, 98 days in residences. So it was not only the activities and the presentations, but we have the artists creating and living in Coimbra for almost 100 days. In the total of 20 residences in 7 different spaces of the city, all of them almost all of them in the downtown of Coimbra. With children was 11 workshops, like 11 weeks, so it was 55 days working with children in the downtown of Coimbra, more than 200 children, and more than 1,000 people working production. So Willow's team with the city council team and the teams of the structures that support the programmation, the technical part of all these 3 months of programming. Just it was almost 300 overnight stays with the artists in Coimbra, and almost 3,000 meals in Coimbra during this tourism. This is the numbers of just to the artists and the invitations that some production invitations that we have. So then with the people that come to see the public, we don't have that dates, but so this is some things that the press come off. They talk about all the work that we are doing in the downtown. So all the music is set in the summer and Baixa. Baixa is downtown of Coimbra. So to discover the territory, to promote the downtown, to fill the gaps, moving the city, so a new life, to transforming the spaces. So this is what we try to do with the city council, because with the programmation and with all these activities in the downtown of Coimbra, we try this to have more impact in the territory, bring movements, bring people, trying that the people that already live there or work there work with us, with the promoters and with the city council in these promotions, bring the kids and the children and work with them to bring them the families. So this is some press. We did with the city council everything to promote the Nordeste Tempos Epicentro, so a website, outdoor advertising, flyers, Facebook, Instagram, everything was done from the zero. So this is a new thing, these two events together. This is workshops with children. Already taught something, some numbers. It was 11 weeks and 17 workshop trainees. So we invite artists to work with the children during these 11 weeks. And during the morning, we dedicate to a workshop coordinated by the guest artists. And in the afternoon, we promote an emotional relationship. So trying to create more memories with the territory through close interaction with the spaces, cultural and commercial actions. So in the afternoon, we try that the children know the territory. So they visit theaters, commerce, and make activities in the partners that we have in this territory of downtown of Coimbra. And then with this, trying to create memories in the summer vacations of these children in this territory, in the downtown of Coimbra, and then trying to bring the parents. So in the end of the week, and the workshop was from Monday to Friday, and in the end of the Friday, we have a presentation for the parents, the family and friends, to come to the downtown of Coimbra and see what the children were working during the week. And with this, trying to create memories in the downtown and bring new people to the downtown of Coimbra. With this working with children. Just more one thing we occupied and make some intervention in 14 stores, spaces that were closed or in transition. We invite 18 artists and they interact in the space and try to intervention in the space. So in the end, like I told in the beginning, it was a privilege to be invited to be part of this project, this big summer programmation of the City Council. It was 3 months with a lot of activities. I think it was a success, but of course that we have more to do. And for me, maybe the social part of this territory and to connect with the hearts and the creation, trying to connect with the people that live in these territories and trying to make first the things for them. And for in the end, they enjoy and enjoy the place where they live in the downtown of Coimbra. I think it's so.
Thank you, Coimbra. We are a little bit late, so I propose if there is any questions for the presentation, please just whether ask them in the chat or we will have a little Q&R time in the end, if it's okay for you. I'm going to hand the floor to the mayor of Tuj in Slovenia, Nuska Gajek.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So we don't have any presentation. I will speak about our festivals that we are having here in Ptuj. They are all having a great history. So we will start with the biggest one. It's called Kurentovanje. It's named after the figure that has a large fur coat, belt with the bells, has the red tongues and horns or feathers, and it's actually the figure that its mystical character is believed to bring the good fortune, fertility, ward of evil spirits, and winter, symbolizing the entering of spring. So maybe to show you, this is what I'm talking about, and this is our whole festival is dedicated to. It has 64 years of tradition, and it's actually the biggest carnival in Slovenia. Actually, also the Lonely Planet said that it's one of the 10th biggest and best carnivals in the world, alongside with the Venice Carnival, with Rio de Janeiro, New Orleans, so we are on that list also. The carnival is excellent opportunity to see not only the door-to-door rounds of Kurent, so this guy here, this is UNESCO put on the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity, but also observe a number of folks and carnival parades, meeting traditional and modern carnival characters, go to a masquerade, and so much more. It's lasting 10 days, so whole carnival is 10 days with a lot of going on, so 11 main events. It's more than 9,000 participants, and we are numbering of 100,000 visitors. So just to remind you, Ptuj is 23,000 inhabitants. So if we have in 10 days 100,000 visitors, this is a really, really big carnival. So the second one is, I will just name 5 of them. We have much more of festivals and going on here in Ptuj, but maybe just the biggest one. So the Art Days is a festival of contemporary art. It's this year was 22nd edition. It was more than 21 events, more than 67 artists that were exhibiting their work, and it's actually one of the most important presentation on contemporary, especially fine arts in Slovenia and in this part of Europe, and has become a reference event for many international galleries, museums, foundations, and of course artists. So the second one is Music Festival. It's this year was 16th edition. Is 16 days of music, different events, including the open kitchen, which is Everybody is selling their food in front of the city hall, so on the main square, and is very well taken by the inhabitants or audience. So it has more than 40 events, more than 350 participants, and more than 20,000 people coming to Ptuj in this on this festival. So the next one are Roman games. Roman games are something that is very well known here in Ptuj, because we were actually first mentioned in written documents in year 69. So Tacit mentioned us as a Petovio. So we are now working on this mark, and we are now doing this Roman game. This year was 17th edition. It was more than 800 participants and more than 7,000 people coming, but it only lasts 3 days, so 1 weekend. So, but we are still working on that. We have still plenty of opportunities here to evolve. So, and the last one, the bigger one, is Days of Poetry and Art and Wine. This is also one of the biggest festivals here in Ptuj. It's actually taking place in the city center. We are, this year was 28th edition, more than 47 events, 220 participants, and more than 6,000 people coming, and is one of the largest and most recognizable internationally poetry festival in this part of Europe. Successfully unites poetry and wine enology for the past 27 years. Every year in the last warm August day, festival hosts over 20 poets from all over the world, along with the selected domestic winemakers. So we are also having a lot of different events in the old city center, just to be reviving the city center, because we are all, like the other old cities in Europe or in Slovenia, we are all, everybody is kind of challenging with that lack of people here. So we are trying to revive our city center with different approaches, but mainly with those festivals. And in this time, the city is full, the people are coming, but we have some more challenges between the festivals. So we are working on that also with our tourist institute. And if somebody has something to ask, please. I took this very short. I think I managed to gather the most important information, but if anything else is needed to say, please ask.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Very interesting to see that carnivals are also a big thing in Slovenia. What is exactly this object?
This is named Kurent. This is the main ethnological mask in Slovenia, which are, like I said, it was supposed to chase away the winter and bring the spring and fertility and everything. So it's like a pagan, dated way back. And this is traditional sheep coat, long red tongue, ribbons, feathers. Some of them have even horns. So, and this is really recognizable mask here in Slovenia and broader, and you should come. This is really nice festival. Everybody is masquerading, and it's really festive, and we leave all the worries outside and just have fun for the 10 days, and it's really interesting to see. We are having actually people coming from Australia and really broad countries, just because they read about it on Lonely Planet and find it interested, and we are having them here now, so you are more than welcome. We will be very happy to host you, so please.
Wow. Thank you, Mayor, for the sharing of these insights on your vibrant city center.
Et nous allons venir.
And we will come, of course. I'm going to hand the floor now to Stéphane. Stéphane is working for Relais Culture Europe, which is an innovation platform of European culture. And here in France, it provides the function of the Creative Europe office, which you may know. I'm sure he can explain to us a little bit more about that. Stéphane, si vous voulez faire votre présentation en français, c'est possible aussi.
I'm fine. I can do it in English, but thank you so much.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm going to share my screen.
It's very good. Perfect.
Okay. So hi, everyone. Again, thank you so much for having me today. My name is Stéphane Segreto Aguilar. I am the director of Relais Culture Europe, which I'm going to explain in a minute. The idea for me in the next 10 to 15 minutes is to quickly present you who we are, to share with you 3 concrete examples of European projects dealing with the topic at stake today, which is for me linking European cultural initiatives with local communities. And then I'm going to share with you an interesting resource that you may want to get a hold on. And then I'm going to tell you also what we do at the Relais Culture Europe for these topics. So what is Relais Culture Europe? As Matteo was saying, it is a platform for innovation in Europe and culture. Our aim is to champion European cultural innovation and drive the development of projects, cooperation networks, and communities for exchange and research across Europe, or if I should say more clearly, across Creative Europe countries, because it's a larger pool of countries. It's about 40 countries today. And we bring together stakeholders committed to or interested in engaging with today's cultural challenges in Europe. We are also the Creative Europe desk in France. As such, our main task is to inform, support, connect, and empower. And to make it very clear, we are supported by the French Ministry of Culture, by the European Commission, and by the National Center for Cinema in France. We pursue a wide, diverse range of activities to fulfill our missions. These are just some examples: webinars, workshops, labs, personal counseling, key training, editorialized resources. We do have a whole lot of activities on synergies between the Creative Europe program and other European programs such Horizon Europe or Erasmus Plus, or also SERVE. We do matchmaking, networking, and advocacy through information. But enough about us, just is to give you a quick introduction of who we are and where I'm speaking from. And here comes the first example that I wanted to share with you. So this is a project called Tramontana. It's on its 4th edition, so that's why it's called Tramontana 4th. It has been launched in 2011, and the aim is to collect, document, and promote the intangible cultural heritage of Europe's mountain and rural communities. It is grounded in grassroots efforts and community involvement, and it emphasizes the continuity of cultural expressions across Europe. The aim is to have a multidisciplinary approach supporting digital archiving, artistic co-creation, and heritage transmissions. What is interesting in this 4th edition is that they are clearly marking their engagement with younger generations and migrant communities. I've put the link for the project so you can find out more about it. The interesting thing for you, it has 11 partners from 6 different countries. And since it has been launched already 14 years ago, almost, it has now 50 associated partners. The key words to keep in mind in this project are, for me, documentation, multidisciplinary, and rural communities. Second project that I want to share with you, a little bit different, it's called CreArt 3.0. So it's a network of 13 European cities based in 12 countries. It has 4 associated partners. And in this case, we're not into the intangible heritage, but we're more into contemporary art, both performing arts and music. This project has been existing since 2012. And it supports emerging artists and cultural professionals through transnational mobility and sharing best practice. As you can see, both projects have started a couple of years ago, and that's why I chose them, because I wanted to share with you that it's not only about a single project, a single event, but it's really about how we can create something sustainable on the long run. Interesting part of this new edition of the project is that they partner with a Ukrainian NGO, and they're focusing also on the cultural impact locally and how to foster professional growth. They will have public events during the European Month of Creativity, so you can see the link between the European agenda or European larger events. They do have educational programs, festivals, capacity building, and they try to, to enlarge this network. And again, here you have the link if you want to know more, and I can share my presentation afterwards if needed. And the third and last project that I want to share with you is a little bit different again. It's called Story Tooling. It's a project led by 5 organizations based in 5 different countries. And the idea is to engage with unemployed youth from post-industrial heritage areas and to work together with them so they can become new ambassadors for new local narratives through, a co-design approach. So the idea is to organize labs, develop tools, skills, to be inspired by what is called the European Year of Youth and the new European Bauhaus. And at the end, the idea is to work together with 75 young participants to co-design 5 cultural and tourism prototypes. What is key for me here is the focus on local heritage, but it is a youth-led initiative, so it's not top-down, but it's bottom-up. And really the frontier between culture and tourism, and the aim to reduce social inequalities and to drive renewal. So that's why I shared it with you. Again, you have the link at the bottom of the slide. And here comes the resource that I wanted to share with you. So this is a resource that was created recently by a European network called Circo Strada, which is the European Network for Contemporary Circus and Outdoor Arts. And it's the only resource on creative placemaking. And the approach is to focus on the role of outdoor arts in creative placemaking. And what is creative placemaking? It's how we transform public spaces through artistic interventions. So in this guide, which is quite short, it's 30 pages, you will have practical tips, case studies. You have 3 different case studies, one from an organization in a small area in the south of France. You have one in Greece in the frame of a European capital of culture, and you have another one in a difficult area in the south of England. So what is important to remember for this guide, if you're interested in, it's the word placemaking, because it's basically what you're doing. The fact that in this guide, you will have access to all the different stakeholders and their role, from policymakers, artists, researchers, and the audience, of course. You will have concrete examples. And if you're interested into diversity and inclusion, that's something you want to look at. Last but not least, I wanted to share what we do at Relais Culture Europe. So we have an activity which we call Lab Europe, which starts as the analysis that we have that most European cooperation projects or initiatives are led by organizations or artists based in cultural hubs. So in order to promote the Creative Europe program throughout the different regions of France, we have decided to be more proactive and to work together with these regions and to organize workshops, trainings, networking, and peer-to-peer exchanges so that we can raise their consciousness and let them believe that this is also for them. So this is an activity that is active right now across different regions in France, specifically also on several overseas territories. And other countries in Europe have overseas territories territories like Portugal or Spain, for instance. And the idea is to have activities both online and in person. Some keywords to keep in mind. This is need-oriented, it's context-based, it's different each time in a different region, it's about fairness, and the idea is to have a catalytic impact. So that's what we do. And this is me, this is my name and my email. You can follow us, of course, on different social media and subscribe to our newsletter. And if you want to know more, just get in touch with me. And my email is also on the website. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Stefan. It was very interesting to know that there is so many. You only presented 3, but I'm sure there's many other initiatives. And I was especially interested in the creative placemaking. We normally talk about placemaking, but not about cultural placemaking. So I think that's also very interesting to know that there's initiatives that include create the cultural part in placemaking. Thank you very much, Stefan, for this presentation. If there is any question, please, we will have a little Q&A in the end of the webinar. We are now heading the floor to Els-sur-Alzette in Luxembourg, which was the European Capital of Culture in 2022. As you may know, the European Capital of Culture is also a very interesting initiative by the European Union, and the city of Els-sur-Alzette has changed a lot since. I was personally there in 2023, and I saw the changes of the city. So I hand over the floor to Loïc from Els-sur-Alzette.
Bonjour. Vous m'entendez?
Oui, très bien.
Bonjour. Je vais faire la présentation en français, ce sera plus
Très
fluide.
bien, très bien.
Voilà. Et je veux saluer aussi Bruno Cavallero, qui est un représentant de la ville, qui est aussi présent à ce webinaire aujourd'hui et qui pourra intervenir avec grand plaisir pour compléter ma présentation. Et j'excuse déjà nos autres collègues qui ont eu un empêchement pour cette réunion, notamment sur la partie relations internationales et tourisme et économie. Comme vous le savez, une capitale européenne de la culture, c'est un projet ambitieux qui met presque une dizaine d'années à se construire. Mais le plus important, c'est aussi la suite de ce projet, puisque une des 6 questions du dossier de candidature reste l'héritage. Comment on fait perdurer en fait cette capitale et en quoi elle sert la ville sur le long terme. Et dans ce dossier plutôt qui nous intéresse aujourd'hui des centres-villes et du vitalisme du centre-ville, je pourrais citer ce que nous, on a fait à la suite, c'est-à-dire on pourrait faire des bilans de cette capitale, 1000 projets, on n'en fera plus 1000, on n'en fera pas toujours autant chaque année. Mais dès le début, la ville d'Esch-sur-Alzette, en 2018, quand elle obtient le titre, a décidé de créer une association qui s'appelle Fresh, qui sera porteuse de l'héritage de cette capitale. Et en 2022, durant l'année, on a tiré un bilan de que faut-il faire aujourd'hui pour qu'on continue à faire vivre la ville, à rendre la fierté à ses habitants et à faire agir tous ces acteurs ensemble. Et l'idée est venue de monter une biennale, à l'instar de plein d'autres villes. Moi, j'ai travaillé à Mons, notamment, j'ai travaillé pour Lille, je conseille d'autres villes. Il s'avère que faire une biennale, un événement en espace public, semblait une des solutions les plus appropriées pour le projet. Et on a lancé cette biennale cette année, en 2024. Elle s'est clôturée le 28 septembre, on l'a lancée au mois de mai. Quel était l'objectif? Il était simple, c'était de faire perdurer en fait cette philosophie d'espace public, c'était de travailler avec les commerçants, d'initier un tourisme local, c'est-à-dire des villes autour de nous, mais aussi un tourisme international, de mettre tous nos acteurs ensemble, tous nos forces vives, qu'ils soient associatives, économiques, les commerçants. Voilà, c'était de se dire comment on fait une petite capitale en quelques mois. Et pour ça, on a lancé, et je vais prendre 2 ou 3 projets en exemple. Le premier, très important pour la ville d'Aix, qui est la Nuit de la Culture. C'est un projet qui a été initié en 2012, qui a été remis au goût du jour en 2018, justement parce que la ville obtenait le titre de capitale. Moi, depuis 2019 ou 2020, je la dirige, cette Nuit de la Culture, avec comme philosophie principale, c'est comment le territoire va construire un projet artistique et culturel avec ce qu'il a en place, il a chez lui. Et donc, la philosophie du projet reste vraiment de se dire, on a plein d'associations, on a des habitants, on a un volet que nous on appelle les grands rêveurs, qui sont 2600 personnes qui sont actives en fait sur la ville pour participer, pour être bénévoles dans des événements, pour construire avec nous des projets participatifs. Et cette nuit de la culture, elle s'est transformée au fur et à mesure des années. Il y en a eu 5 en 2022. Aujourd'hui, on en fait 2. Et on a voulu continuer un projet qu'on avait lancé en 2022 dans le centre-ville, puisque le Luxembourg a une jeune histoire, c'est pas un pays très vieux, mais c'est surtout un pays très multiculturel dont on a beaucoup de circulation d'habitants et de communautés, et on ne trouve pas d'histoire commune au Luxembourg. On n'a pas des grandes histoires qu'on peut vivre en Belgique ou dans le nord de la France avec vraiment une construction très ancienne. Et ça, c'était un de mes enjeux en 2022, de construire un projet qui serait un peu l'histoire commune de la ville à travers tout un volet participatif, puisqu'on a fait beaucoup d'entretiens, de questionnaires accompagnés de la compagnie La Machine. Je ne sais pas si vous connaissez cette compagnie qui est installée à Toulouse et à Nantes, qui fait de ces grands animaux articulés qu'on peut voir. Nous, on s'est associé à cette compagnie pour lancer vraiment une espèce de grande parade, une grande histoire autour de la ville d'Esch avec des marionnettes géantes. Et 1 an, 2 ans de travail nous ont permis de construire donc 3 marionnettes qu'on appelle Barbara. Et aujourd'hui, on a créé ce projet de la nuit de la culture qui s'appelle le bal de Barbara. Résumé très rapide, Barbara, en fait, c'est une rate, donc papillonne, puisqu'il y a des mines, en fait, à Esch-sur-Alzette. Et dans les mines, en fait, le rat est un animal totem, puisque quand le rat se sauve, on court derrière lui, c'est qu'il y a un danger qui arrive. Et donc, le rat est un animal important. Et elle a des ailes de papillon, parce que la ville d'Esch, elle se voit très moche. Tout le monde dit, c'est pas beau, la ville d'Esch, c'est un peu le sud du pays. Et finalement, la ville d'Esch, elle s'est métamorphosée. Ça devient une des plus belles villes du Luxembourg. Et comme le papillon, en fait, la ville s'envole. Et puis, elle a 2 amis, qui sont un ours et un sanglier. Le sanglier parce que c'est un animal totem des Ardennes, puisque le Luxembourg et notamment la ville d'Esch a le plus grand parc vert du Luxembourg, même si c'est méconnu. Et l'ours parce que c'est la représentation des Italiens, une des premières communautés arrivées dans les mines pour les habitants. Et en fait, cette histoire, c'est un conte pour enfants qu'on véhicule dans les écoles, qu'on fait vivre tout au long de l'année, mais on l'a transformé en grand spectacle avec 3 marionnettes géantes que vous pourrez voir facilement sur Internet. Puis, on fait donc un grand bal, on met de la musique, on initie en fait plein d'initiatives autour de ça et autour du feu, puisque le feu, c'est un élément très important pour nous. Quand on a 127 nationalités sur une commune de 35 000 habitants, la langue, c'est un enjeu capital. Quand au plus, au Luxembourg, on a 4 langues officielles et on y ajoute le portugais et l'italien, ça devient un méli-mélo très, très complexe. Mais le feu, c'est le seul langage universel qui n'a finalement pas de langue et que tout le monde comprend. Et donc, on travaille en fait autour de ça dans le centre-ville avec cette parade géante, mais aussi avec des balles qui cette année a clôturé finalement notre biennale le 28 septembre. On a créé 14 balles différents dans le centre-ville, dans des commerces, chez des coiffeurs, dans des salles, des institutions, sur la place publique, avec plein de styles musicaux différents, puisqu'on avait un orchestre de 300 saxophones, un orchestre symphonique, un groupe de 2 musiciens de jazz. Voilà, c'était très, très diversifié. Et pendant toute une journée, on a proposé de la musique, parce que comme le feu, la musique est le seul élément qu'on peut comprendre, même si on ne comprend pas les paroles. Et donc, on travaille vraiment cette unité dans le centre-ville pour créer une unité chez nous. Et puis, on y a associé un grand projet participatif, parce que ça, c'est notre savoir-faire, avec une construction monumentale d'un artiste qui s'appelle Olivier Grossetête, qui fait des constructions. On a fait un haut fourneau, qui est un élément symbolique aussi dans la ville d'Esch. Et donc, c'est construit en carton avec des ateliers pendant une semaine, dont 250 personnes sont venues préparer tout l'aspect des cartons, parce qu'il faut les tailler, il faut les mettre à la bonne taille pour que ça se combine bien. Et le jour J, ces personnes viennent construire la structure, mais pour la construire, il faut la porter par en dessous. Et donc, on prend les touristes, on prend les gens qui passent dans la rue, on prend tous les gens, et pendant toute la journée, on monte finalement la structure tous ensemble. Et on a construit un haut fourneau de 25 mètres de haut pendant toute la journée, qui a donné lieu à une déconstruction. Ça, c'est notre projet de nuit de la culture. Autre projet phare qui a plutôt une visée touristique importante, c'est notre festival qui s'appelle les Francopholies. Alors, les Francopholies, ça existe à travers le monde. Esch porte d'ailleurs la présidence des Francopholies autour du monde, ce qui lui donne un rayonnement très important. Vous en trouvez à Tahiti, à La Réunion, à La Rochelle, en Belgique, en Bulgarie et à Montréal, par exemple. Et donc, les Francopholies, c'est un jeune festival, mais qui a été créé avant la capitale européenne de la culture dans le but de favoriser cet héritage. Aujourd'hui, c'est plus de 50 000 visiteurs, alors qu'il a 3 ans. Ce festival, c'est 45 artistes, c'est 4 jours de festivités et ce projet-là, il est en centre-ville, il est vraiment basé sur les hauteurs de la ville et il va descendre même aujourd'hui dans les commerces et faire en sorte que la ville vive pendant 4 jours au rythme d'un festival de musique très, très important. Et je finirai, parce que ça, c'est quand même des événements que nous, on fait perdurer à chaque fois, c'est la notion de grand événement associé à des parcours urbains. Alors, on peut y mettre des parcours urbains autour de grandes œuvres qu'on installe, parce que ça favorise beaucoup, en fait, les centres-villes. Hein, quand on laisse 2 ou 3 mois des grandes œuvres de grands noms ou non, en tout cas, il faut trouver des locomotives qui permettent à des touristes, ou en tout cas même des touristes locaux, hein, je l'aime bien cette notion de touriste local, puisque finalement, quand on habite à 5 km ou quand on est du quartier d'à côté, on devient un touriste presque dans sa propre ville et on la redécouvre. Et donc, on installe beaucoup de projets. Il y en a qui sont restés de 2022 chez nous, des fresques, des grandes installations. Et puis, on en met des nouvelles en art numérique, mais aussi des formes d'installations éphémères avec des spectacles, avec des performances. Et on a ouvert notre biennale avec tout un travail autour du cirque, puisque le cirque, c'est quelque chose d'assez simple, en fait, finalement, à mettre en place dans un centre-ville, puisque personne ne connaît trop la ville d'Esch ici, mais en tout cas, on n'a pas de grands espaces. On ne sait pas accueillir 10 ou 15 000 personnes au même endroit. Nous, il faut qu'on travaille vraiment sur des multi-sites. Et donc, on a créé ce parcours qui associait installation urbaine physique, installation de cirque, et on y avait invité des metteurs en scène et des artistes du Cirque du Soleil, puisqu'on a fait une première création aussi en 2022 sous ce thème, qui était la métamorphose. Et on a fait cette biennale sous le thème de l'architecture, parce que l'architecture, c'était le bâti, puisque la ville d'Esch est fortement construite et elle se développe énormément, puisqu'on a 2 immenses quartiers en construction qui accueilleront presque 20 000 habitants d'ici 10 ans. Donc, on va presque doubler la capacité de la ville. Et ils sont tous les deux sillonnés au nord et au sud du centre-ville. Donc, c'est vraiment un facteur important. Et puis, on a voulu construire l'architecture du commun, en fait, finalement, comment tout se multiculturalise, comment les quartiers, comment toute la culture peut faire du savoir-vivre et du savoir-être en commun. Et donc, on a proposé à ces metteurs en scène et à ces acteurs du Cirque du Soleil de reconstruire avec nous tout un projet qui associait des danseurs locaux, etc., pour un grand spectacle qui clôturait finalement notre journée de parcours et d'installation et qui lançait notre biennale. Et tout ça nous a permis de faire une biennale qui a accueilli, comme suite de capitale européenne de la culture, à peu près 150 000 visiteurs sur 5 mois. Voilà, je ne vais pas aller plus loin parce que je pourrais en parler très longtemps, mais le temps nous est compté.
Merci Loïc, c'était très intéressant de savoir qu'une petite ville dans un petit pays peut faire autant de choses en si peu de temps, parce que ça fait quand même 2 ans que ça passe vite. Mais comme on peut le voir, il y a eu beaucoup de choses qui se sont passées. Moi, j'avais une question. Est-ce que vous pensez que justement le fait d'être capitale européenne de la culture a été un levier de redynamisation du centre-ville par la culture, ou c'était quelque chose, c'était une stratégie qui était déjà installée avant sur le long terme?
Alors,
Bruno,
j'interviendrai
vas-y, je t'en
peut-être,
prie.
j'interviendrai aussi. Merci à tous pour ce webinaire. Je pense que ce que lui qui a dit est très intéressant par rapport donc à l'héritage de la capitale européenne de la culture. Il faut savoir que lorsqu'on parle de capitale européenne de la culture, on n'a pas commencé notre stratégie culturelle avec cette année culturelle européenne. On a naturellement lancé une stratégie culturelle depuis déjà de nombreuses années qui aujourd'hui, on est déjà à sa stratégie 2.0 qui avance fortement dans ses réflexions et ce qui permet clairement de travailler cet héritage de cette année culturelle. Nous avons, grâce naturellement à la capitale européenne de la culture, pu encore développer notre stratégie et en même temps la développer, c'est-à-dire que nous avions notamment une série donc d'infrastructures culturelles dans la ville, mais grâce à la capitale européenne de la culture, et c'était la volonté aussi de la ville, nous avons pu développer de nouvelles institutions culturelles qui aujourd'hui sont quand même ont une visibilité à l'international très très forte. Je rappelle par exemple notre hall d'exposition, qui est une galerie d'art, la Kunsthalle, qui aujourd'hui est quand même un pilier très fort de la culture échoise et qui est reconnu au niveau national, régional et aussi à l'international, et qui accueille régulièrement de très très gros artistes dans les diverses catégories d'art. Donc ça, c'est pour la Kunsthalle. Nous avons le Brida House, qui est aussi une institution qui a été créée, qui est plus une résidence d'artistes, qui accueille donc tout au long de l'année différents... Allô?
Oui, on vous entend.
Désolé. Oui, donc qui abrite beaucoup d'artistes venus du monde et qui peuvent s'installer pendant quelques mois donc, dans cette résidence d'artistes pour développer leur art et notamment aussi réaliser donc, des expositions dans notre ville et qui sera naturellement encore une prolongation de cet héritage culturel de part de ce qu'ils produisent et de part de ce qu'ils vont offrir donc, dans leur cadre d'activité. Nous avons encore, donc, au-delà de cela, aussi une autre institution qui est le bâtiment 4. Le bâtiment 4 est une structure culturelle, un tiers-lieu culturel qui a été développé sur une ancienne bâtisse d'un site industrialisé de l'Arbed et qui aujourd'hui est utilisé comme tiers-lieu culturel, qui abrite un nombre important d'institutions culturelles et qui se développent et qui développent leurs activités dans ces tiers-lieux et qui offrent à la ville, là encore, une alternative culturelle très diversifiée dans les diverses catégories, que ce soit musicale, artistique, donc théâtrale. Et je pense que Loïc pourra peut-être développer encore cette information, puisque c'est Fresh aussi qui gère ce tiers-lieu culturel. Donc, quand je dis que grâce à cette capitale européenne de la culture, on a pu naturellement développer et construire de nouvelles institutions, ceci a permis aussi à la culture de devenir un nouveau pilier économique de la ville, puisque c'est un investissement que la ville fait par rapport donc, à sa population, par rapport à l'offre que nous développons au niveau de la culture. La culture est un attrait touristique aujourd'hui pour tous ceux qui se rendent à Esch. Et c'est une forme naturellement aussi d'animer la ville au sens pur d'animation de rue, mais aussi d'animer la ville de par la distribution des différents pôles qui, eux, aujourd'hui, sont situés donc un peu quand même à travers toute la ville et qui permettent, donc si on parle d'un carré culturel autour de la place du Bril où nous avons le théâtre, le conservatoire, le musée national de la résistance et des droits humains, la Kunsthalle. Donc là, nous avons déjà quelques institutions qui sont situées donc, dans un quartier. Nous avons un autre quartier qui est déjà plus, je dirais, au nord de la ville, qui est axé sur un autre tiers-lieu culturel qui serait donc le Brida House, le bâtiment 4 et la KUFA, la Kulturfabrik. Donc, nous avons pu, grâce à ces institutions, rendre sur notre terrain une offre beaucoup plus diversifiée et apporter aussi de nouveaux acteurs culturels dans la ville, ce qui aujourd'hui permet réellement de se démarquer par rapport donc, aux autres villes du Luxembourg avec une offre beaucoup plus large et beaucoup plus ancrée dans la population et où nous cherchons clairement à porter la culture près des gens et qu'elle soit accessible de par naturellement notre investissement que nous faisons tout au long de l'année. Donc, ceci est un héritage clair de l'année culturelle, bien sûr, mais c'est aussi ce que nous travaillons au quotidien dans notre stratégie de la culture. Nous pensons que cette stratégie va encore se développer encore dans d'autres domaines, dans un domaine beaucoup plus écologique aussi, dans un domaine aussi social. Donc, ceci est un processus qui est développé au courant des années et qui, naturellement, sera évalué régulièrement de manière à pouvoir encore améliorer cette réflexion.
Merci beaucoup.
Si tu veux peut-être...
Merci beaucoup, Bruno et Loïc, pour ce témoignage sur capitale européenne de la culture. Je vous propose que s'il y a des questions, on laisse le temps à la fin, parce que là, nous avons une autre intervention. So I'm gonna thank you very much for this presentation. I'm going to hand the floor to the city of Rzeszów. Sorry for my accent. I think it's called Rzeszów. We met one of your representatives in Strasbourg last February. So please, the floor is yours. If you have any presentation, I think you have the rights to present.
Okay, thank you. So good morning, everyone. I'm Klaudia from Estrada Rzeszowska, cultural institution in Rzeszów, south of Poland, and I'm here with Zakia.
Hello, I'm Zakia from the Department of Culture of our city municipality.
So we would like to kindly ask to give a permission and to our colleague Michał. He's here, but without voice, and he will show you our presentation. We have a small presentation for you. We will quickly present the main things from our presentation, and also after we can share with you the presentation. So could you please allow Michał to show the presentation?
Raise my hand.
Yes.
You raise his hand.
Yes, we can give the rights to present. So Rzeszów is a small, middle-sized city in the southeast of Poland. Could you do a small presentation about your city?
Yeah, actually,
Yes, of course, the presentation is working. So
actually, we can start.
We can start. Our presentation will be showing the past of our city for a little bit, how it shapes its present, and what we want to take to develop the cultural life in the cooperation with our citizens. So the first chapter of our presentation will be talking about the city center as a depositor of Rzeszów cultural DNA. Rzeszów is a charming capital of Podkarpacie province. It's the main academic, cultural, and economic hub of southeastern Poland, with a very interesting history. The main square and streets of our city defines its DNA, telling a story about the heritage of Rzeszów. So for the beginning, I will tell a couple of words about the very important person for our city. It's Jan Pakosławic. He's the first owner of Rzeszów, and it's a diplomat who found Rzeszów, the Rzeszowski family, and they were the owners of Rzeszów for 2,200 years. And the monument of Jan Pakosławic is located near the very important castle, Lubomirski Castle, which is now the city district court house. And the building of the castle, it's called the Palazzo di Fortezza, the fortified palace. It was very popular in Renaissance model of Italian buildings. And near the Lubomirski Castle is located Lubomirski Palace. And now it's renovated, and near the palace we can see beautiful Art Nouveau houses. The Rzeszów history is connected to Jewish heritage. Before the World War II, the Jewish community was in Rzeszów very large. Now it's almost disappeared. We have several traces of Jewish history in Rzeszów. For example, the names of the streets, the two synagogues, the commemorating plaques of the citizens of Rzeszów. For example, Fred Zinnemann, who was born in Rzeszów, the famous film director. Or we have also a monument of Józef Szajna. It was a famous theater worker, and that passage, that monument is telling us a story about human values, about the human dignity, and it's connected with the idea of reconciliation. A documentary photographer, Edward Janusz, is a person which is very connected to our history. He was a very important photographer in 19th and 20th century. His collection, approximately about 36,000 of glass plates and 2,000 of photographs, is in the collection of District Museum. And the Gallery of Photography in Rzeszów is named after this photographer. Also in 2016, our local artist made a mural of his image near the house of Edward Janusz. Now, the Estrada Rzeszowska, our institution of culture, have its offices in house of Edward Janusz. Rzeszów heritage is connected with music. So on the main street of our city, there is a monument of Tadeusz Nalepa. We called him a father of Polish blues. He was a famous composer, harmonica player, and guitar and a vocalist. He is standing in the main street with a guitar in his hands, remembering about his music heritage. The second important person is Tomasz Stańko, great jazz musician. Our main square of our city. For a couple of minutes, 4 times a day, it's a capital of jazz music because of the Bugle Call, which was composed by Tomasz Stańko, especially for our city. Also, near our city center, there is located a piano, Cadenza Piano, which was fundraising by our citizens. Music brings people together, and our Rzeszów's piano is a great example of that. It's standing opposite the city hall, and it's a tribute to our musicians and composers. For example, Wojciech Kilar, who is a famous film composer, or Zbigniew Jakubek, Adam Harasimowicz, piano players. Adam Harasimowicz is a winner of Fryderyk Chopin competition in Warsaw.
In our city, we have a lot of events, but I know that we have not enough time to say about every event, so I will present quickly only few events. The first one is It's of Culture, European Study from Culture. It's the largest festival in Podkarpacie and one of the most interesting festivals in Poland. This festival combines elements of various genres of music, theatre, photography, film, and visual arts. Paniaga Day, it's another really famous event in our city. On 3rd of May, the former Paniaga Street turns into a place of numerous cultural events, concert, performance, and shows. The event also involves a colorful and ceremonial parade and fair handicrafts and regional products. And every year we try to focus about different topic and also collaboration with our partner cities. The new festival, it's Carpathian on the Fork, and the ambassador of this festival, it's really famous chef in Poland, Robert Makłowicz. Maybe somebody from you hear about him. Carpathians on the Fork is a 2-day most delicious festival on the map of Rzeszów cultural events. Another really nice and really famous festival is Breakout Days. My colleague mentioned about Tadeusz Narepa, because Breakout Days is a music festival dedicated to the memory of him and the Breakout band that he formed. Interdisciplinary activities, competition, concert, and seminars allowed the artist to confront the music of Breakout with modern interpretation. And actually, Rzeszów for 4 days became, we can say, capital of blues. Another festival is about theatre, Masquerade Festival, and is dedicated to best performance for children and youth. And we focus about different topics in different years. Recent years, we have looked at among the others guests, otherness, we tamed fears, we talk about the rights of the child, human rights, and animal rights. And the performance you can see, of course, on the stage, but also on the street. We have also a lot of, we can say, small, we name one-time events. I just mentioned about reopening on Grunwaldzka Street, because it was happened 2 months ago. Actually, the opening of the promenade of Grunwaldzka Street became a real celebration for the city residences. We create also a Rzeszów map of murals. The project is devoted to the documentation of murals and graffiti in Rzeszów and education on street art. Every year the landscape of our cities enrich with further interesting project. And the last event under the project took place in October, Cancel Over Graffiti Jam, with the topic slogan Move to Change, and graffiti now can be admired in the tunnel near to the river. Connect Poetry is focused about, of course, poetry. We have invited poets from Rzeszów to join this project. The project aims to promote the poetry of Rzeszów artists among the city residents. And the totally new project is about creation. We starting this project months ago, and it's fully dedicated to local artists, their work, but also to the places where they work and create every day. So during this event, people can see where artists can create in Rzeszów.
The third chapter of our presentation will be talking about culture available for every residence. An extremely important aspect that is characteristic for cultural life in Rzeszów is an accessibility of cultural activities in estates. Thanks to the rich cultural offer consisting concerts, exhibition workshops, every resident can meet culture on the spot in their neighborhood and surroundings, familiar places. The role of institutions that create cultural life on estates played Rzeszów House of Culture and provincial and municipal public library. So the Rzeszów House of Culture focuses on the cultural education of children and young people. They're creating programs that develops the passions and artistic interests. It also involves in activities aimed to adults and seniors by organization and open-air film screenings, city dances, or singing groups. The provincial and municipal public library is focusing on promoting reading through the organization on many cultural activities, such as book discussion clubs, meeting with writers, creative workshops. The library organized approximately 1,050 different cultural activities. And also they are building competences needed to digital society. So concluding, the city center residents are changing. The center is becoming more space for entertainment, which of course culture is present, but it's no longer the main attraction. That's why we tried to conduct cultural education and create cultural life close to the residents in their neighborhoods. The fourth chapter will be talking about quickly about the participation with our residents and the tools we have to do that. A modern smart society is one that uses the wisdom of its residents. So Rzeszów participatory budget is a democratic process in which community members decide how to spend part of public budget. It gives people real power over real money. And this year we donated 12 unique cultural projects by that budget. The second tool is Social Council of Culture. The very important group of people representing the environment of Rzeszów's culture. They play the opinion-forming role for our mayor, and they help with the implementation of the city culture policy by sharing knowledge and competences for the creation space for urban culture, the space open for everybody and diverse for everybody.
As Zakia mentioned, we create space for many actions from our citizens. For this reason, in Estrada Rzeszowska, we created two different project, we can say grants for you and for also young artists. It's called Działajmy in Polish, but it's in English Let's Act, and also the second edition Let's Act Culture and Inclusion Grant Program. And the aim of the project is support Rzeszów culture activities promoting culture diversity, social unity and tolerance. The new project is You in Culture, created together with City and Rzeszów House of the Culture, and is dedicated to give space to young people for creating their ideas and projects. And as part of the program, they can receive funding and become manager of their own ideas. Just quickly, we would like to show you the another opportunities that we have in our city. And last but not least, we would like to give you the sentence from our strategy of audience development. So the inhabitants of Rzeszów are not only passive recipients of culture, but are its committed and active participants, so co-creators and co-authors, and their voice is heard and important. And now we have a surprise for you. We would like to show you a short after movie from last festival, East of Culture, European Capital of Culture. And thank you for your attention. Please have a look our short after movie. I don't know if you can hear the voice or only.
Unfortunately.
Okay, so after, if somebody would like to see all presentation with video, you can also find this video in our YouTube. Please just send us the message. After you can see our contacts. So thank you again for your attention.
Thank you very much for your intervention. It was very interesting to know all the initiatives that you are taking in place in your city. If you could maybe send me the video, and maybe I could put it in our I could put the link in our website, because we always do a small web page about the webinar. So maybe I could put your video so people can see it.
Of course. Later I will send you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zakia and Claudia. If there is there any questions regarding any of the speakers today? If someone wants to pose a question, please feel free to raise the hand. Joanna, Miguel, and Nuska, if you want to say a closing word, this is the time.
Well, from Coimbra, we are going to share also with you the presentation of our initiative, the Programa dos Tempos Epicentro, and I want to the final words after or before Mrs. Nuska, I don't know if she's already with us, is to say that this session shows how culture and animation can save and can improve our city centers through Europe, creating new publics and giving to inhabitants and also to visitors and tourists a new vision of the city. Both the several presentations that we have today show that the key of programming in downtown and developing cultural and artistic interventions in downtown is quite challenging, and we know that. All of us know that, but I have no doubt, we have no doubt that common challenge that through European cities and European city centers especially can be solved by these actions, and we have these different experiences by our partners, our members, the members of our observatory, that show how can we do a vibrant urban space through culture and animation, through the dynamization of commerce and economic activity, and contributing to the attractiveness of our city and of our regions. I think we are on the right way. This observatory wants mainly to share the good practices developing along Europe, and I want to express my gratitude, especially to all of you, and especially to our twin sister city of Esch-sur-Alzette. I think that is the challenge for all of us to be the next European capital of culture as soon as possible. That is also a challenge that we have in the municipality of Coimbra, as soon as possible to be on that point, on that level. And so I think that is the final message from Coimbra. We are truly concerned with this question, but we believe that investing in culture and animation, articulated with the inhabitants, and with the natural dynamic of the city, is a very ambitious, challenging strategy. But we think that is the right way to improve the competitiveness, to improve the commercial dynamic, as well as the digitalization of commerce that we want to share with you also our project in the next meeting.
Thank you, Miguel, for this closure. I want to thank all of the speakers for intervening today and all of the participants. Just to remind you, this is our last webinar of 2024. We are working with Ines on the next dates of the webinars, which will be in the first trimester of 2025. So please, we will keep in touch. Everybody, you will receive all the information about the upcoming webinars. And if you want to know more information about our about other observatories, please go to our website, which is citycenters.eu, where you could find all the replays on all the presentations of all the webinars and more information about European city centers. We also produce content. So if you want to check it out, please go to our website. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.